Now for another oldie, and this is a very old one, an actual Hitachi G12SR, very old half-inch grinder, and this boy is old. Oh, metal badge as well. I actually think I have something similar myself at the house, but I think it's a 4-inch and not a 4.5-inch. The customer says he thinks it's brushes anyway, so we'll see what's going to be wrong with this one. She's old. The gears sound okay, but the bearings sound a little bit rough, and it's also going to need a new lead as well. I'm cutting a few spots, but funnily enough it still does have the original moulded plug. Let's see what she does. Nothing. I'll see if the customer's right first. He must be. That's a broken brush, or brush spring and lead. Yeah. Looks like brushes anyway. Just the one. That one's well worn, but it's not broken. Some Hitachis or Cookies can be a little bit expensive to fix because you can buy them for so cheap sometimes. So if they need too many parts, it can just be too expensive because you can buy one for fairly cheap. This is an older one, so it mightn't be as bad. If it was a newer one, if it needed brushes, a lead and bearings, it might not be worth fixing. But seeing as this is an old one, we'll actually see about fixing it up. But first, we'll stick brushes on to make sure the armature is not sparking. These types of things just come on from older fellas. These brushes are the 021s. From older fellows, older generation, I just bought things that lasted. If they bought a machine that didn't last, they just never bought from that brand again. They went to the next one. I like to buy things that just lasted the test of time. Most people do, but older fellas just knew what lasted better. They bought things and they took care of them. And they don't like the modern way of buying something every friggin' year or two because it doesn't last. I'd rather have things like this that was just able to be kept going. That's why you see things like this still coming on for repair. These boys are using them all the time, but they bought the one that lasted. It was probably when they bought it 20 or 25 years ago. They were a lot more expensive to buy, and their wages wouldn't have been as high. So it was a real investment buying it. It wasn't just the type of thing you went out and picked up as an extra in a hardware shop. Chatting to people in the hardware shop, older fellas coming on, and they'll be telling you the first machine they bought might have been a Makita hammer or something like that, a really old machine, and it was a real decision they had to make because it was a few weeks' wages to be able to afford to buy it back then. So machines have come down a lot in price, considering you can go out and buy something now for not even a day's wages. Right. Just brushes it needs. We can't leave it out with a lead like that, so we'd have to change that. We may as well quieten it down by changing the bearings. But at least now we know it's worth fixing. It's definitely done a lot of work anyway. cut at it for now and change it in a wee while. This part here is actually just a wee metal bracket, just for sitting the thing down. It's not there for anything else, just to get in your way whenever it gets squashed and deformed. Right, head is damaged, but 3 screws will still hold it. Wouldn't want to just scrap it for that. It's obviously still been working. Look at that old thing, tightly wound, metal fan. It's not even a big bearing that's on it or anything. Just good bearings. No, the device. Now, that's tight. I have to take it to the bearing press. Get that one out. Just had to put that in the bearing press to get it off. Luckily it wasn't too tight. If it was any tighter, it would have risked busting the aluminium housing, which is very skinny. It's actually a 626 bearing and a 608. Right, first off, not going to do too much to this. I'm not going to go washing everything out. Luckily that one's okay. It's not making any noise, so we'll just replace these. Give this a quick wee wash. Get these new bearings on. Bearings just held on by these 2 screws. All that holds it down. We're just grabbing the very outer wrist of the bearing. I'll press this on, press this one on. That should get her running a bit quieter. Just clamp that back on again. Which way was this now? Must have been that way. Not sure, you can go with the dirt markings. See where the side here is clean. Matches up to this edge. Over to the rest. Just going to change this lead. Grommets actually still good in this. For an older machine, it's actually nicely laid out. Really easy to change the lead on. Lead, just got to tighten that grommet. Of course, we'll just put a wee dab of grease in there, just to keep her good. And we'll put the now 3 screws back onto it. Get a little plate on top actually. Screw is just about to go. See plenty of modern grinders coming on, running with only the 2 screws left on them. So 3 should be fine in this. It's not to say that's a light duty screw, they're good thick and heavy screws. 3 will do fine on it. For all that's needed to get it up and running without spending major money. Sure the customer won't mind anyway. It was broken to begin with. So let's face it, wasn't really doing anything. There was no harm before, it'll be fine now. That's her. One old Hitachi G12SR. After shedding a little bit of weight, new bearings and brushes, should be up and running again for another little while. That's her. I will keep this man cutting away.